system, you know, the hamster wheel that we all participate in one way or another. The system tells us that we are what keeps it moving. Just remember that. Remember me saying that. We are what keeps the system and the cogwheel spinning, right? The people that created these very systems, they know this. So then when you look at everything is backwards. Meaning the same system is having people believe that we need it, but it does, but quite the contrary. It needs us. All of this, and I kind of talked about this already. I made a YouTube short about it too, so y'all go check it out. It's kind of sad, all these years, how people don't realize how much power they have together as a collective. Nobody, either people realize it or they just too scared to, or either too scared or too lazy to shut all of this shit down. It really takes you. I'm thinking people are just scared. We just had a giant No Kings rally all over America, right? They're saying it was 9 million people, man. 9 million people. I'm gonna say it again. They said it was 9 million people in these rallies, right? Together. How come none of these rallies, why weren't those 9 million people armed up? Why weren't those 9 million, why can't those 9 million people come together and say, yo, we gonna all stop paying our utility bills. We gonna all stop going to work. And we don't need to go to work. So then what happens is, ain't gonna be a lot of people out there driving cars, putting gas in their cars. So now these fuckers can't keep on hiking the prices up on us because we ain't gonna need their gas. We don't go to work. That shut everything down. We don't keep slaving away for the system. They can't get away. They can't do what they doing to us, bro. And when I mean them, all forms of government, local are just as grimy as the federal government. Local, remember, your local government are the ones who impose property tax on you. It ain't the state, it ain't the federal government, it's your local government doing that shit to you. If you got a house that you paid off from the banks, that ain't enough. No. You still gonna have to pay that property tax on that house. And if you don't, eventually they will take your house from you. The county will take your house, bro. Why? Because, yeah, it's your house, but that land the house sit on ain't your land. The county consider it theirs. Shouldn't be that way, but that's the way it is. Because they don't allow Americans to get the allodial title. And allodial title is what stops property tax. If you had an allodial title for that land that your house was on, you would never have to pay property taxes on. The house would really be your house. The house is really yours. It is yours after you buy it. Yeah, you are a homeowner in that sense, but what they don't tell you is you don't own the land that the house is on. It's a con game, bro. It's a con game. So your local government does, your county, your county and shit, your towns do this. Your cities. Some cities and towns. Definitely your county. State government. There are some places that don't have a state tax. Shout out to those states. You got federal government. These utility companies raising your utility bills when they already high as hell, right? Like out here in Virginia. All these data centers popping up all over the fucking place that none of us asked for. The counties is allowing these data centers in, right? But somehow the people in the counties that these data centers is in, their electric and water bills going up because a lot of these data centers use a lot of water to cool off their systems. Some of them are moving towards more updated systems where they don't use as much water, but they still use water. Let's not even talk about the electricity. So they passing the cost on to you, and you be like, yo. So y'all slapping us all over. You just keep slapping people around. So let me get this straight. We already pay property taxes in the county, right? That's number one. Some places like VA, you pay a car tax on your car property tax, right? Let me get this right. So now you're gonna triple fuck people by allowing data centers to hike up the electric bill. So the electric companies getting off, the data centers is getting off the hook with their electric bill. And I'm like, hold on, I thought we were supposed to be all responsible for our own bills. That's what they tell us, right? Pay your bills. Pay your bills. Pay your bills. Well, why do the data centers, why they can't cover their own fucking electric bill, right? $1 billion, they make billions of dollars. The county making all this money. So then why the county don't subsidize the county people's electric bill? We shouldn't even have an electric bill then, or a car tax. Since these counties making so much money off these data centers, why do we still have an electric bill at all? They make enough to cover the electric bill for the people, right? Nah, they want to keep strangling us. They all get fat while everybody starve. You feel me? So it's the governments running off of our slave pay, right? The governments, utility companies, these healthcare corporations too. You don't make no money if you stop paying that health insurance shit. That's a scam too. That's a big scam. I haven't even gotten into that on the video yet, but that's a big scam. Banks, them too. Hiking the prices up to these houses. I'm gonna probably talk about that too in another video, because none of these houses should be costing what they are, because they cheap plywood pieces of shit. So they shouldn't be no $400,000 houses, 300, 800. None of them should be that much. Period. At all. Let a tornado come through this mug and see how much your house is going. You will see what your house could do against a tornado or a hurricane or something like that. It's crazy, bro. Rent. These people these landlords, whether it's the big landlords, the individual landlord, they all taking advantage of the people. But the thing is, we shut all this down because we got the power if we was able to do it. If we stop going to work for these people, if we stop working for the corporations, the people that we work for, they stop making money because they ain't got nobody to work for them. Government don't get no more money to keep on starting these wars and to keep giving money to Is Not Real and all these other countries. The counties, they sink. The state government sinks. Electric companies they fall and crumble because they not getting no money from us. They not getting this from us. No mucho dineros, right? That stops. No more of that. That's gone. How they gonna function then? They need us, but then they act like we need them. Oh, if you don't pay this bill, we gonna turn off your well, turn it off. People been staying warm without you motherfuckers for how long? There's candles. People been creating light before y'all came along. People been staying warm long before the electric company was able to create heat for people's houses, man. Oh, we're gonna turn your water off. Oh, I can go get water. I know how to make my own clean water. They got portable showers you could buy. Did you know that? They got portable showers that you can actually put gallons of water in, and there's so many things that's available to people, man. And if people will just understand that and they figure it all out, you'll be like, damn, we really don't need these motherfuckers. They need us. They need us to function and keep doing what they doing. We don't really need them to function. They need us to stay afloat. We don't need these motherfuckers, man. None of them. Government don't got no money from us. Y'all don't need it. Keep printing the money. Y'all got the control to print. Keep printing it then. Print your monopoly money out because you ain't getting it from us no more. You feel me? You see? That's when they start understanding stuff. When we just be like, I'm not participating in this shit no more. I'm breaking the chains. I'm not participating in this no more. Y'all psyching people to believe that we really need y'all. No. Y'all need us. Without us, you go bye-bye. Can you imagine if those 9 million people that was at them protests, all of them was at home right now, didn't go to work, and everybody pooled their resources together, whatever they had? We could shut the banks down. We could shut down these governments. We could shut down these utility companies. Bruh, if everybody was so trustworthy, was more trustworthy of each other, we could all create a big pot and buy houses, bro. We ain't got to rent no more. Nobody would have, we put an end to apartments. They'll go out of business. Most people will have houses or to say the least, little communities where it's broken down into houses. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like a whole lot full of houses. Just like a subdivision. Without the HOAs. Without those fucking crooks. Them too. They allowed to take your house if you don't pay an HOA fee. Do y'all understand? This is supposed to be the land of the free. And we live in a country where a stupid little company with 3 letters, HOA, is allowed to take your home if you don't pay them they mafioso ransom fee every month or whatever the case is. Ain't that something? That's why I tell people, buy your land and drop a house on it. Yeah, you still gotta worry about the property tax stuff, but you gotta worry about that when you live in an HOA. So would you rather have to worry about HOA, property taxes, and a mortgage, or would you rather have to worry about a mortgage and property tax? At least you eliminated one out of your life. Then you figure out the rest of the shit later. But you don't want to be bound to an HOA. Nah. They got way too much power for what they deserve. They don't even need to exist. I wonder if other countries have that. Do other countries have HOAs? I'm going to look that up. But anyway, y'all get where I'm going with it. We are way too powerful. They have you believe that we ain't. Same with the Congress. They allowed to pass all these laws because they don't have no consequences thrown their way. That's why. With all that change, that's when shit'll change, bro. When everybody start being freaking scared of everything. You know a better way to analyze this? I say this all the time. You ever drove past a farm? I do this all the time. And sometimes I just sit there. You ever drove past a farm where the fence be really low and there's horses right there? And you be like, yo, why would the horses just jump over the fence and get out and just run free? They can. If they wanted to, they could hop them fucking fences, man. Same with the cattle. If they really wanted to, they could bust down those fences and just stampede right out of there. But they won't. They're comfortable. They've been trained and bred for their own captivity, bro. They don't realize how much power they have. The horses could easily leap over those little fences, but they won't do it. Because they're comfortable with their masters feeding them and keeping them comfortable. They don't want to go out there for themselves and go find their own food. They're comfortable with their masters feeding them and taking care of them. Exactly like people, bro, in America, bro. Same fucking concept. Crazy, ain't it? One day, when you get the chance, go by one of the... If you live around areas like that, where there's a lot of farms and you see like cattle, big-ass bulls and horses, you be like, yo, why they just simply don't just escape? Just hop the fence and get out. They can't, but they don't realize their power because they've been deceived. They've been bred out of them. This shit is easy, bro. It really is. It's as easy as we make it, bro. If everybody, this is enough for us, man. We could pull together our own shit. We don't need these motherfuckers, man. We don't need them for nothing. Governments and corporations and companies, and they only exist because we make them exist. They only exist because we allow them to exist. If we stop feeding them, they go away, bro. They go away. Like, nah, we can stay warm. We can heat. We can light our own houses our own way. Nah, we don't need your water. We don't need you to clean our water for us. We got this. Shit, man. We be having pipes busted anyway. We paying them to keep clean water, and they still can't do that shit right a lot of the times. You just saw what happened in the Potomac River, right? All kind of sewage spilling out into the river. Okay, well, how does that happen if we paying them all of this money to upkeep the infrastructure, but they won't even replace the old pipes? You see what I'm saying? All right, well then, y'all useless. And that's why they don't want you. A lot of places try to restrict you from collecting your own rainwater. Yeah, I'm telling you, I got a lot of things that I want to planning. I don't want no form of electricity on my land at all. I got some people that I'm talking. I got some things that I will definitely figure out how to process my own electricity. I don't want no kind of bills, bro. We should be able to live without having to have a bill, bro. Since when did having a bill become a necessity? It should have to be. As free people, there should be alternatives. There are alternatives, but for the masses, they don't want everybody to know this, or they don't want people to figure out these things. Because if everybody figured it all out, it threatens their existence. Enough of that bullshit, though. Time is now. It's Rebel World News, man. Let me know what you think. I love y'all. Catch y'all later.